Hi folks, I'm Veena and welcome to Pat Cake. Today I have an irresistible Christmas sweet for you. Light and crispy angel wings. Yes, this delicate flaky Christmas treat is deep fried. But my recipe has a special ingredient that will make the angel wings crisper, make them stay crisp longer and make them less oily. I'm also going to show you how to make these angel wings in another new way. Now let's get started. For today's recipe, since I'm showing you two ways to make angel wings, I have to prepare two different doughs. We'll start with the first one. To make this, we'll need 1 cup of maida, which we'll sift, and 1/8 teaspoon, that's half of a quarter teaspoon of salt. Let's mix this well. And then, carefully adding a little water at a time, we'll prepare a soft, pliable dough that no longer sticks to your fingers. We'll now cover this and set it aside and move on to prepare the next dough. To make this, we need a special ingredient, orange zest. That is, just the outer orange part of the skin of an orange. This is a Pat Cake original recipe. Do give it a shot. The zest will enhance the taste of the angel wings and also lend a faint, attractive color to them. Oh my, this smells so good. If you don't have a zester, you could use a fine grater like I'm doing right now. And that's the zest of half an orange. To this bowl, we'll add 1 cup of maida, which we'll sift, and 1/8 teaspoon of salt. And like I mentioned earlier, to prepare the dough, you have to add the water just a little at a time because maida requires less water to form a dough. At this stage, we'll mix in the orange zest. You could also add it to the dry flour along with the salt when it would be easier to disperse it evenly. If you add it now, you have to knead the dough a little longer for even distribution of the zest. But the advantage this way is that you will also give the dough a good knead. This is done and it took less than 5 minutes. We'll put this dough in the same bowl and cover and let both the dough balls rest for around 10 minutes till we prepare the cornflour paste that will make the angel wings flaky. In my recipe, we'll be adding a special ingredient to this paste. To this bowl, I'll add 1.5 tablespoons of cornflour, also called cornstarch, and 1 tablespoon of our special ingredient, rice flour. This will make the angel wings absorb less oil while we fry them and will also make them crisper and let them stay crisp for a longer time. To this, we'll add 2 tablespoons of ghee, which is in a semi-solid form. In place of this, you could also add softened butter, any butter. We have to whisk this for at least 2 minutes or so to make it light and fluffy. The paste shouldn't be runny. This done, now we'll divide the first dough ball into 2 parts. Roll each into a ball and place these in the same bowl as before. Then we'll do the same with the second dough ball, the one with the orange zest. Now we'll roll each of these 4 dough balls into somewhat rectangular sheets, beginning with the first kind of dough. But first, dust the rolling board liberally with flour. Take your time as you roll it out. Roll it out thin. The thinner, the better. And use as much flour as you need, but not too much. I'll set this sheet on a thali dusted liberally with maida, and then I'll dust a little on the top as well. As I'll be placing the sheet I'll roll out next on the same thali. Let's roll out this too into a thin sheet. Similarly, we'll roll out the 2 orange zest dough balls into rectangular sheets, but we'll place them on another thali dusted with maida. Preferably, if you have enough big plates or thalis, I would say place just one sheet on each thali to avoid the risk of these sticking to each other. Remember, there's no oil or butter in this dough, which is why the sheets could easily get stuck. So be careful. Another thing, keep the sheets covered with a napkin to prevent them from drying and getting stiff. Now let's dust the rolling board again with flour and transfer a sheet of the first dough to it. And then spread half of the cornflour paste on it. Spread it all over the sheet evenly. Then dust some maida over the sheet. And place the second sheet on top of this one. Now maida sheets can shrink a little after being rolled out, which is why we have to stretch this one a little all around so that it's the same size as the first sheet and their edges meet. Next, starting from the longer side of these rectangular sheets, we have to make a tight roll like this, pulling the rolled up part back a little at intervals to make the roll tighter. Finally, you have to seal the edge by rolling the cylinder and applying gentle pressure as you do that. But if you notice some places where the edge has not sealed properly, apply a little water and press the sheet edge down to seal the opening. Alright, now let's cut off the ends. And then slice the cylinder into discs around half an inch thick. Let me show you the cut side of a disc so you can see the different layers. Let's transfer these discs to a small plate dusted with maida. And then cover and set this plate aside while we work with the next two sheets. I'll spread the remaining half of the cornflour paste on this sheet and then proceed with the same steps as before. Now let me show you how to roll out each disc to make the angel wings. Again, begin by dusting the rolling board with flour. Set the disc down like this with the smooth surface on top. Dust your fingers too with flour if necessary. And then gently press the disc down with your forefinger so it now has a rectangular shape. Then using your rolling pin, roll it like this, forwards and backwards with gentle pressure so that the rectangular shape expands lengthwise. But don't make it too broad. I'll transfer this to a thali dusted with flour. Let's roll a second disc. And then transfer it to the same thali. Similarly, I'll roll out the rest of the angel wings, all 46 of them, and keep the rolled out ones covered. I started heating the oil in my kadai on a medium-low flame and then reduced it to low. Now let's check how hot the oil is. For frying angel wings, the oil should not be too hot. So let's start frying the angel wings. Depending on how hot your stove can get at different settings, you have to fry them on low or maximum medium-low. I'm frying mine on a low flame. Splash oil over the angel wings after they rise to the top. This helps the layers to separate. Each batch could need around 2 minutes to fry. But remember to drain away the oil between the layers and then move them to a vessel lined with an absorbent paper towel. Once the oil stops bubbling vigorously and becomes somewhat calm, you'll know the angel wings have fried. This batch too is done. I'm halfway through with the frying. Let's fry the second lot. This batch is done. These angel wings have a faint orange color. And here's a mix of both the kinds of angel wings. As a final step, while they are still warm, we have to dust them with powdered sugar. You could also use icing sugar. There's no sugar in the dough, so all the sweetness will come from this powdered sugar, meaning you can control how sweet you want to make them. Now we'll turn them over and dust them with sugar all over again. And let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Look, beautiful and so tempting. Now here's one angel wing of each type that we made. Can you tell the difference? Of course you can. And though both versions have an awesome taste and are light and flaky, the orange zest ones have a hint of orange taste as well. Now let me show you how crisp these are. I told you, delightfully crisp. I just have to sample this. Heard that? Angel wings are one of the most beautiful Christmas treats you could make. And they're super tasty to boot. And those are 2 ways to make angel wings. Do make them this Christmas. But I'm warning you, they'll be gone in minutes. Bye for now. Until I meet you again with my next Christmas video, stay connected and happy cooking.